Hey guys, welcome to this tutorial of ethical hacking and penetration testing. So in this specific course that I would be teaching, I would be mainly concentrating on Kali Linux. Besides, if you have some prerequisites like basic fundamentals of Linux, or if you know what programming is, or if you have at least done some basic programming stuff like C, or even better, the least easiest programming language that I think would be Python. So even if you have the basics in that, this would be much more easier for you. So before I start with any of this process, I'd like to ask one question: that what is ethical hacking? If you are talking about as to getting into someone's or invading someone's privacy, that is not called as ethical hacking. It's just hacking, and hacking can never be ethical. So hacking means to go ahead and gain someone's personal information, and if you define the term as ethical hacking, then ethical means doing it for the right purpose. But when you are going ahead and invading someone's privacy, that cannot be considered as ethical, no matter what good you are trying to do. So at that point of time, there was a time when there were a lot of people computer in 1990s, and the computers were just came into existence. The Google just came into existence. People did not knew much about using computers, and there were people who used to run programs, and there were con artists who used to call people, gather information about their computers or bank accounts over the phone. And at that point of time, the government thought that yes, there is a need for something, some countermeasure, so that these people who go ahead and create some kind of, let's say, chaos or try to cheat people, there needs to be some way so that they can be tackled with. So at that point of time, the government came in, this kind of ethical hacking came into existence, and they defined this term as ethical hacking. So to start with, uh, just before I proceed, let me tell you that ethical hacking is not only necessary for, let's say, for your studies, or to go ahead and get some, let's say, to get a job in a company. If you're just doing this for getting a job in a company, then let me tell you that it's not that easy. And even if by the time you see this course may become a bit outdated, because to be in process to gain information about ethical hacking, what I could do in this tutorial is that I can go ahead and give you the latest updates that I have, but this is as for today. And after 1 week, there may be new updates, there may be more zero-day vulnerabilities, and there may be more different kinds of trojans that I won't be able to secure you from now on. So, and just before I proceed, I would like to tell you that this is just for educational purpose only, and anything that would be used for doing malicious purpose, I don't take any responsibilities for that, or even my company. So to start with, yeah, that's how it is. So in this whole tutorial of ethical hacking and penetration testing, I would teach you what ethical hacking is, footprinting reconnaissance, that means gathering information from different places. Then we need to go and scan the networks, the IP addresses, the WHOIS, the domain names, and we need to go and get into systems. So getting into a system is far different from what we see in movies. It's not like we can just go ahead, and if you see some movies like, let's say, The Matrix, which was very famous, or if you go ahead and see the Hackers movie, or if you see any movie in which they show that okay, this guy is a hacker, so you can see them that they just go ahead, type some random stuff into computers or cell phones, and yes, it is hacked. But no, in reality, that is far away from different. It's not that interesting that you just go and get some terminals like this, the one I have on my screen, and you just go ahead and type in some stuff, and yes, you can go to hack. No, it does not work like that. You need to go ahead and gather information about your specific target, each and everything related, from his personal life to his background, what he did, to his history, what he did, to what he is current, what he likes, what he does not. Yes, because ethical hacking is a term which consists of gathering information and exploiting them on your target. But ethical hacking is not only to save yourself or your customer to whom you would go and save from getting, let's say, getting indicted from the specific hacker. It's also about attacking them. So you might be thinking that why do we need to attack someone? If you go ahead and try to penetrate someone else's organization, then it is unethical, right? Yes, that is unethical. But if you get the permission, then it is not. So there are some or not some, I can say that most of the organizations allow penetration testing in their on their firms. The reason being that they need to know that if there are some hackers out there, and so how could they go ahead and save themselves from them. So they go ahead and authorize a penetration tester, someone like me or someone like you who would become after going through this whole project of mine. So once you go through this project, you will become some kind of an ethical hacker, but you need to keep yourself updated and you need to go ahead and practice continuously, and there is no actually stop for this ethical hacking.